Royal Dutch Shell PLC, New York Stock Exchange (RDS.A), and InterOil, New York Stock Exchange (IOC), are both mid-cap oils energy companies, but which is the superior stock? We will contrast the two businesses based on the strength of their earnings, profitability, valuation, risk, dividends, analyst recommendations, and institutional ownership. Royal Dutch Shell PLC has a beta of 1.03, meaning that its share price is 3% more volatile than the S&P 500. Comparatively, InterOil has a beta of 1.67, meaning that its share price is 67% more volatile than the S&P 500. Analyst Recommendations. This is a summary of current recommendations and price targets for Royal Dutch Shell PLC and InterOil, as reported by MarketBeat.com. Royal Dutch Shell PLC currently has a consensus price target of $57, indicating a potential upside of infinity. Given Royal Dutch Shell PLC's higher probable upside, equities analysts plainly believe Royal Dutch Shell PLC is more favorable than InterOil. Dividends. Royal Dutch Shell PLC pays an annual dividend of $3.20 per share. InterOil does not pay a dividend. Royal Dutch Shell PLC pays out 163.3% of its earnings in the form of a dividend, suggesting it may not have sufficient earnings to cover its dividend payment in the future. Institutional and insider ownership. 6.3% of Royal Dutch Shell PLC shares are owned by institutional investors. Comparatively, 46.6% of InterOil shares are owned by institutional investors. 1.0% of Royal Dutch Shell PLC shares are owned by insiders. Strong institutional owners.